Fallout fans just got more news in one day than we've had in almost a decade. Fallout 3 and New Vegas remasters are officially in development. Obsidian is making a new Fallout project, Fallout 5 is in pre-production, Fallout 76 is getting a major expansion tied to Fallout 3, and somehow that still isn't the biggest part of this announcement, because Bethesda didn't just confirm a few games, it confirmed that Fallout finally has momentum again. After years of replaying the same three worlds, we may be entering a stretch where there's something new from Fallout every year, or at least every other year. Remasters, expansions, a new Obsidian game, and eventually Fallout 5. For years, Fallout felt like a franchise where we could only look backward at. Today, it finally feels like one we can look forward to. And all those years we spent returning to the wasteland, they may finally be about to pay off. Alright, before we get carried away imagining the next decade, let's look at what Bethesda actually confirmed. First, Fallout 76 is getting a major expansion called Raven Rock next year. I'm not a huge 76 guy, but Bethesda describes it as a prequel story to Fallout 3, which immediately makes it more interesting to me than another random update disconnected from the older games. Fallout 3 is being remastered, Fallout New Vegas is being remastered. Bethesda didn't announce release dates for either one of those, but after years of rumors and wishful thinking, both projects are now real. Then there's the biggest surprise. Obsidian Entertainment is officially working with Bethesda on a new Fallout project. We don't know whether it's New Vegas 2 or if it's even a full-size RPG, a smaller spin-off, or something completely different. But Obsidian is making Fallout again. That sentence alone would have sounded impossible a few years ago. Fallout 5 is also in pre-production and is being developed for Bethesda's next version of the creation engine. Now, pre-production doesn't mean that Fallout 5 is almost ready. It means the earliest planning, writing, design, and technical work has begun. Bethesda has also made it clear that Elder Scrolls 6 is still its main development focus. So Fallout 5 is real, but don't be expecting it next year. Bethesda is also planning a live Fallout 30th anniversary celebration in Washington, D.C. in 2027 for Fallout Day. The television series is continuing, Fallout Shelter is continuing, Fallout 76 continuing. Put all that together and this stops looking like a single announcement, it starts looking like a roadmap. And that roadmap matters because Fallout fans have spent a very long time staring backward. Fallout 4 released in 2015. That was more than a decade ago. Since then, if you wanted a new single player Fallout experience, your best option was usually to find a way to make an old game feel new again. So we went back. We returned to the Capital Wasteland. We returned to the Mojave. We returned to the Commonwealth. We started new characters. We tried different builds. We chose different factions. Or at least we told ourselves we were going to choose different factions. Then we made almost the same character, picked most of the same dialogue options, and repeated the same choices all over again. Maybe this time I'll do a full melee build. Maybe this time I'll side with the Institute. Maybe this time I'll finish every settlement before Preston finds another one that needs my help. Maybe this time I will not immediately head to Megaton and start causing problems. And probably not. Fallout 76 exists, and I know it built a dedicated community. Bethesda has supported it for years with updates, and there are people who genuinely love Appalachia. But for players waiting for the next large single-player Fallout RPG, Fallout 76 never replaced that experience. Sorry, not sorry. So we kept replaying the old games. We installed visual overhauls, weapon packs, quest mods, survival systems, entire mod lists designed to convince ourselves that the games we already knew was somehow new again. That is the strange thing about Fallout. These worlds are old. Many of us can remember the towns, companions, quests, and traps before we even reach them. But they still pull us back. At some point, replaying the old games stopped feeling like something we did while waiting for Fallout to return. Replaying the old games became what being a Fallout fan meant. And that is why this announcement hit me differently. For years, Fallout felt like a franchise we look backward at. Today finally feels like one that we can look forward to. That is the real story. Almost every Fallout conversation over the last several years eventually became some version of the same question. When are we getting another one? When is Fallout 5 coming? Will Fallout 3 ever get remastered? Will New Vegas ever get a modern release that doesn't require a guide, 3 patches, and a small prayer before launching it? Will Obsidian ever be allowed to make another Fallout game? And the answer was always the same. Maybe someday. Someday Fallout 5 will happen. Someday Bethesda will revisit the older games. Someday we'll have more to look forward to than another Fallout 76 season, another TV episode, or another Fallout 4 playthrough. Bethesda certainly didn't give us every answer today, but that someday suddenly feels more real. Now there's a visible path forward. A major Fallout 76 expansion, the franchise's 30th anniversary, two remasters, a completely new Obsidian project, and eventually Fallout 5. Those releases may not come in that exact order. Some of them may take longer than expected. Plans can change, games get delayed. But for the first time in a very long time, several parts of the Fallout franchise are moving at once. And if Bethesda and Xbox space these projects out well, we could be entering a period where Fallout has something substantial happening almost every year. Maybe one year it's Fallout 3, then the Obsidian project, then another major expansion, and then much further down the road, Fallout 5. After living through a Fallout drought for this long, even imagining that kind of schedule feels absurd. It's like somebody finally turned on a water fountain in the middle of the Mojave. What makes this new era even more exciting is that it might begin by taking us back. Fallout 3 and New Vegas are not new stories. Most of us know them already. We know the major choices, we know the endings, we know which tunnels are littered with feral ghouls, we know which road is filled with cazadors and should absolutely be avoided. And we still take that road. But these remasters can be more than prettier versions of old games. They can become a bridge between two generations of Fallout fans. There are people who discovered Fallout through the television series that have never played Fallout 3. And there are players who started with Fallout 4 and have heard people praise New Vegas for years, but have never been able to get past its age, its controls, or the fact that the game sometimes feels like it's being held together by duct tape and determination. Modern versions of those games could introduce an entirely new audience to worlds that have made Fallout what it is today. They can bring older players back at the exact moment the franchise begins moving forward again. And there's something fitting about that. This new age of Fallout may be ushered in by remasters of the old one. Before we discover where the wasteland is going next, we get to remember why we cared about it in the first place. Then there's Obsidian. Again, Bethesda did not confirm New Vegas 2. It didn't announce a location. It did not show a title, a trailer, or release window. But Obsidian is officially building something in the Fallout universe, and that changes the possibilities. Before this announcement, the future looked fairly simple. Bethesda finishes The Elder Scrolls 6, then Bethesda fully moves to Fallout 5. Then we wait however many additional years that takes. And that timeline's not very exciting for anyone hoping to play a new Fallout game before their knees stop working. But Obsidian gives Fallout another path. Bethesda can keep focusing on Test 6 and preparing for Fallout 5. Other developers can handle the remasters. The Fallout 76 team can keep expanding Appalachia. And Obsidian can build a new Fallout experience without waiting for Bethesda's main team to finish everything else first. For the first time, Fallout does not appear to be completely dependent on one studio finishing one enormous project before anything else can happen. That may be the most important change in this entire announcement. Fallout's finally being treated like a franchise large enough to support multiple projects at the same time. Because it is. It has been for years. The television series proved it. The player numbers proved it. The continued popularity of Fallout 4, New Vegas, and Fallout 3 proved it. The fans replaying these games for the 100th time proved it. Fallout never stopped being important. It just stopped receiving new single-player games. That may finally be changing. Not because Bethesda owes us anything for being loyal customers. Bethesda is a company. It wants us to buy its games. This feels like a reward because of all the time Fallout fans spent keeping those worlds alive in our own lives. Every replay, every mod, every conversation about the best faction, every argument over whether Fallout 3 or New Vegas was better, every new character we created because we were not quite ready to leave the wasteland behind. Every time we heard war never changes, the main menu appeared, and then we decided we had one more run left in us. We kept returning because there was still something inside these games worth returning to. And now, after more than a decade of looking backward, the franchise may finally begin moving forward again. The remasters can reconnect us with the past. Obsidian can take us somewhere completely new. Fallout 76 can continue building its version of the wasteland. And far down the road, Fallout 5 can become the next major chapter. That does not feel like one announcement. It feels like the beginning of a new era. For more than a decade, Fallout was a place we went back to. We replayed the old games because there was nothing new waiting for us. But maybe those replays were not just filling the gap. Maybe they were the bridge. They kept those worlds alive. They kept the community alive. They kept Fallout relevant long enough for Bethesda, Obsidian, and Xbox to recognize how much room this franchise still has to grow. We don't know exactly when these projects are coming. We don't know what Obsidian is making. We don't know whether every promise made today will become the game we're imagining. But for the first time in years, Fallout fans have something more than memories. We have possibilities. For years, Fallout felt like a franchise we looked backward at. Now it finally feels like one we can follow into the future. And after all this waiting, I'm ready to leave the vault again.